What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We've got an awesome show for you. We're talking in the guide world again. And this week, we have got somebody phenomenal. And if you haven't heard of, you need to seriously get on this train. His name, Blane Roberts. How do we know him over here? We know him by old Perdido Blane. You can find him on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. All those names are Perdido Blane. And you can also find him on his webpage, perdidoblane.com. So stick around. It's going to get good. You're listening to Finding Demo Surf Fishing. Oh, yeah. It's always that loving that theme song. Get you motivated, get the day started. Good stuff right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Blane Roberts, Mr. Perdido Blane, to the show. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Brian? I like it, man. I like that intro song, man. That's the video, bro.
I need to start putting that to the end and just letting the whole song play. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stick around for the podcast just to listen to the end show. That's good stuff.
That's it, man. How you doing, brother, man? It's good to talk to you. We chat a lot on Facebook, man.
Yes, we do. I mean, I'm looking forward to finally getting to hang out and go fishing with you, man. I've just been, I'm so excited for that. Everything I've seen with your videos is always like, damn, he's good. Damn, he is good.
There's a lot of editing that goes on in that, Brian.
Whatever. You ain't got a lot to kick it, man. I know you. I know you got skills. Everyone tells me, I'm like, yeah, I know he's good. I can't wait. It's just like, when we fished the tournament, the YouTube tournament, I was like, all right, Blaine's in this. All right, I better bring my game up, man. This guy's good. And then it was like, oh, all the YouTubers are in this.
Yeah, all
Great.
of them. I know.
The deck is not stacked against us at all here. All right, everyone's bringing their game. So that was a fun tournament. I really enjoyed that one.
It really was, man. And it was cool at the weigh-in to see everybody and you watch these guys. I've watched them for years. These guys on YouTube and to kind of run into them at the weigh-in, to get to shake their hand, and it was cool, man. It was a really cool experience.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to next year. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the guys, and it's just going to grow, so it's even going to be even better. So for those of you listening, I know you're like, all right, what are you guys talking about? Definitely take a look at Blaine's page on his YouTube. You can go back and you can take a look at the tournament. It was a hard-fought tournament. The fish were a little bit finicky. We had some really strange weather roll through. We had some pretty big surf between the entire zone. Everybody was fishing. So lots of good things to check out in there. So let's get into the fun stuff here. So you do guiding in the Perdido area, but you go a little bit further out. Well, where is it you do guiding?
I advertise, Brian, Perdido and Orange Beach. When I first started, I was kind of advertising at a bigger spread, but I've narrowed it down. Perdido Key, Florida, or Orange Beach, and just because those are the main areas I'm fishing, I know the spots in these areas. I know the times to go, things like that. So I keep it there. So if people are like vacationing in Orange Beach, they can contact me and I can meet them over there or meet them halfway. So basically, that's my roaming ground is right there, Perdido Key, Orange Beach, Alabama.
All right, nice. That's good. That's a good stretch of sand too to fish. I mean, every post I see is like, dang, I got to get over there. That's some hot fishing.
Yeah, it's nice, and we have Johnson's too. This is just a mecca of empty beach. You know what I mean? Like no condos. It's just I don't care what day of the week it is. You go out to Johnson's and you can find an empty spot.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That's good stuff. So with having all those areas covered, I mean, you definitely, you know what you're doing, and that goes without saying. So what, in your opinion, because, you are a guide, what is the advantage to hiring a guide?
Oh, there's a lot. And I can just kind of give you my personal background of like researching surf fishing, living in Miami, not really able to surf fish in Miami just because of the population.
Right.
I mean, that's basically what it boiled down to. And so I would watch a lot of videos on surf fishing, and had a pretty good idea of what to do and what to look for and what kind of tackle to use and all that stuff. Like I had taken my notes. And when I would get on the beach, all that kind of went away. Like um, it was a different feeling in the field. And I think one of my biggest things about the guides is it's a lot of vacationers that come down here. They have limited time. So if they contact me, let's say a month before they're coming, Brian, I'm like, that is perfect because we're going to hook up like that first 48 hours that you're here. I'm going to be able to show you a hole. And that way, once this guide is over, you're still going to be able to fish,
Yeah.
because here where we're at, you got a north wind, which the water is south for us. So if you got a north wind, it lays that water down flat. And if you don't know where the holes are, you're not going to be able to find them.
Oh yeah.
So that was my thing. I would watch these videos. I'm like, okay, I know how to find holes. And I would go out there and it'd be flat. It just looked like a desert of water. And I was like, yeah, this is not working. This is not working out like I thought it was going to work out.
Right.
That's a huge advantage. Getting the guys plugged in at the local tackle shop, kind of introducing them. I always try to have my clients meet me at the local bait and tackle Lost Key Outdoors I deal with there. We meet there in the parking lot. I can show them the store, and now they have a spot to go too.
Right.
Once the guide's over, they got 5 more days to fish. They know where a hole is. They know my buddies at the tackle shop. They can go in and feel welcome. You know what I mean? Those are just 2 advantages, just off the top of my head. There's a lot of stuff. We know our water. We know our land. We know that we can. There's a lot of holes that I fish that might be around condos, but I know the times of the mornings that I can get in and out of there before it gets crowded.
Yeah.
And that's another advantage. You know what I mean? There are good fishing spots in front of those condos, and I think that the vacationers, they want to fish those, but they're getting out there too late, and it's just a sea of people.
Yeah.
So I can get them in and out of there and show them the times to do it. Because I mean, I'm out there on the beach almost every day. I take notes to all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in fishing around condos, you and I both know. I mean, that's a whole gambit in itself of like, all right, I got to be out here
Yeah.
for this time, because if not, I'm going to be rubbing elbows, and it's not fun. I mean, because well, we can all get along, but man, there's a couple that are just like, oh no, I want to fight you for this. It's like, oh come on, dude, really? We're going to do
Yeah,
this today?
yeah, and that's rare, and it does happen. My concern is, just people not understanding where our fishing lines are.
Yeah.
A lot of times they see some rods in the sand, and common sense tells them that there's fishing lines out there, but I don't think half of them really pay that much attention. They definitely don't know that we might have a 3-ounce sinker guy Sputnik stuck in the sand, 15, 20 feet off the beach with 2 circle hooks laying on the sand, walking around in there and stuff like that. And that's the thing I try to avoid. Like once people start getting in the water, especially kids, I want to be in and out of there, before that happens.
Absolutely. I mean, it makes absolute sense. So I like that. I mean, and I love the fact that you get them meeting at Lost Key, because that tackle shop is awesome. I've only
Yeah,
been there
man.
once, but I went in once. I'm like, oh yeah, I could get in trouble in here.
I do, Brian. I do. Listen, I'll go up there on a lunch break. I'm gonna go say hey to Clint, and I'll run up there on the lunch break and come home with like a $200 receipt.
What do you mean? No, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Oh, maybe I
I
was.
need this.
I need.
I need it.
Oh, that word that gets me every time. But I needed it, and the look from the wife, like, you needed it?
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
it's yeah. I'm definitely stashing stuff in the garage, buddy.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Well, speaking of that, and I know this is off our show notes here. I'm going a little rogue on you here. I loved your one video you did where you did go into Lost Key and you showed people like, hey, look, you want to get here and you want a quick combo, a quick starter one? Take a look at this rod. Take a look at this reel. Here's the price. You need bait? Here you go. You need sinkers? Here
Yeah.
you go. That was so informative, and I was like, all right, right there. Everyone that wants to come here, here, watch this. This is going to help you. And, I feel like, I mean, I see it all the time when I go to Walmart because that's, our closest grocery store. And I see people with rods and I go, oh, and I'm that guy. I'll talk to you. Oh, I will talk to you in Walmart. I am that
You're like,
guy.
what are you doing with that
Yeah.
9-foot blue rod?
Yeah, but where are you
Yeah,
going with that? Oh, I'm gonna go surf fishing. Oh no, cool story, bro.
yeah.
Where are you gonna get it? Where are you gonna go get that strung up there? Oh, you're gonna go to Half
Uh-huh.
Hitch. Oh, you're gonna go to Emerald Coast. Oh no, you're gonna go to Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, good luck. Oh, and it's like you
yeah.
just got ripped off. But hey, more power to you. Um, but people, it's like, when they come here, I'm like, if you just watch this video, you would see that the tackle shop has all the stuff, one, but two, they're not going to rake you over the coals like, oh, you need the most expensive gear. They're like, none of
Not
our
at
tackle
all.
shops want that in their whole
No,
area. They're like, no, no. What are you doing here? Are you doing
they
this?
do
Here you
that
go.
to me. They get enough money out of me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they get plenty of us from us locals. I mean,
yeah.
we
Uh-huh.
we have a little bit of an accidental thing. I mean, I know I've gone in too many times to Half Hitch, and I know everybody in there. Like, what are you getting? I'm like, nothing.
Yeah,
As I'm all right. Hey, I need hooks. Oh, by the way, I need swivels. And
yeah.
how much was that?
I'll have Flynn over at Lost Key special order me stuff, bro.
Oh man, the special orders.
Like my
That
little, it's like my little playground up there,
yeah, man.
you know?
No, no.
But yeah, I've never Clint and Angela, the owners of that place, man, they cater to the vacationers
Yeah,
because they've owned that place for 2 years now, and they found out real quick that's their business. And
nice.
they don't try to gouge them. I mean, they'll rent them surf fishing equipment.
Oh,
They'll
that's
rent them
nice.
reels, yeah. So because they understand, like, nobody wants to really buy this setup, and then what are they going to do when they take it back home? And it's just going to sit in the garage for a year. So they got a little rental service that they do too.
That's smart. I didn't know about that. We need to share that in Panhandle surf fishing, because we got a lot of tourists. So we need to. I think we're going to need to put that up there. So
Okay, yeah, man.
I'm getting a little curveball. Let's get back into the show notes here. What got you into guiding and charters?
Mm, okay. Interesting story.
I love
Um,
those. Those are the best.
so I watch a lot of Beach Bum, and
Yep.
I was watching Matt one night, and he had made an announcement like that he was going to stop guiding,
Oh, I
and
remember that.
yeah, it's been a while back, and he was like, and I was watching it pretty late. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and he kind of made the announcement. He's like, guys, I'm gonna honor the charters I already have booked, but I'm cutting it off, now. And so once those are finished, then I'm getting out of the guide business. And I'm right next door to Matt, so I saw opportunity.
Yeah, yeah,
You
man.
know, I saw opportunity, and I saw, a way to make some side income, and
Yep.
I was and then, Brian, to be honest, like, I knew I could catch fish. I knew, I knew about what 70% of what goes on out there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a pro, but I have a pretty good grasp on it. And my first guide, man, I was like, I'm not gonna catch a fish.
Oh
Like,
no.
this is gonna be the day, And it started slow, as far as like the advertising things and like people, knowing to reach out to me, but it picked up over the summer. And so once it picked up over the summer, I really got my feet wet with it, and I figured it out, and was able to put a lot of clients on a lot of fish, man,
Yeah.
and that's how I got into it. I'd never thought of it before. Beach Bum made that announcement, and like the light bulb went off. I was like, hey, they're gonna be missing a guide around here. I should fill those shoes.
Yeah, absolutely. I often one day I'm going to talk to him because I know I'm going to meet him and eventually I'm going to have a conversation with him. I think he knows that he has influenced so many people with his YouTube channel
Oh,
with
oh my,
education.
yeah,
And
me, bro.
same here.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I learned about surf fishing through his channel and Tony's. I just one night in Tennessee, all of a sudden I'm watching YouTube and I'm like, who are these? What is this? What is this
yeah.
world?
I think I can do that.
Exactly.
That was my. I was like, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
the tug becomes the drug, man, and it's like, yep, I'm in.
That's it.
I'm forever in on this.
That's it.
So, what's your favorite part about doing charters?
The charters, you know what, man? I like when the kids are there. When the dad brings the kid, and that that 8-year-old with a 12-foot frisky fins
Yeah, buddy.
rod in his hand. It's like it looks so cool, man. I'm always snapping pictures. And, they're happy with whatever, man. They're pulling in some whiteys, some smaller pomps. It's just like they're ecstatic.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. Like when I see like a dad and when I get that book and he's like, hey, my son's gonna come along with me, I'm like, this is gonna be an easy one.
Yep.
because the kids are happy with whatever. And then the dad's happy because the kid's happy. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man.
And I think that is my favorite part is with the kids. I got 2 little ones myself, and so that's definitely it. That would be definitely it.
Yeah, the kids make it always just so they make it so much fun. It's hard
They
not
do.
to.
They do. And like I said, they're easy. They're not out there wanting me to hook them up on a shark. Want to catch a shark? They're just like, man, get something on this hook and let me reel it in.
Yeah. I want a great white. Ooh, bro.
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, you
I
don't.
want 3 limits of pompano in January. Let's make it happen, Perdido Blane.
Don't we all? It's like, all right, it's gonna be a long day.
Might need all week.
So, what brought you to Perdido?
Oof. Man, let's circle back to YouTubers.
Yeah.
I was living in Miami. I've been in Miami for about 8 years. My smallest was born, Thunder. I think he was probably 7 months old. My wife and I were both working 2 jobs. We were both in school at the time too, and we were just so sucked in to basically keeping our head above water that I wasn't really thinking outside of anything else. And I'm originally from Baldwin County, Alabama, Daphne Fairhope area.
Oh, okay.
Hadn't lived there in 20 years. I've been out running around, and I would watch a lot of 30 Miles Out, Ty. So I started getting into kayak fishing in Miami, and I would watch a lot of Ty, and he was in Pensacola at the time. And through like 30 Miles Out's channel, was introduced, the suggestions, Bearded Brad popped up. And so now I'm watching Bearded Brad, and he's like in Gulf Shores area. And, through the cycle of YouTube, all the guys started populating in my feed, and that's how I get introduced to Beach Bum and Brand. And so now I'm just watching all these guys, is what I'm doing. I'm rarely fishing. I lived right on the water in Miami. I didn't have the time, man. I was watching all these, and like it just dawned on me one day. I'm like, what are we doing here? Why aren't we living here? And once I got that in my head, of course I had to sell it to the wife. My wife's Colombian. She knows Colombia and Miami. I said Pensacola. Brian, her reaction was, it sounds like a grocery store brand Coke.
Fair.
That's what she told me. And
Fair.
I was like, I've lost this one. And we took a trip so I could show her around, and she fell in love. And like once I got the green light, bro, I was on it. It took me about a year and a half to get here. We were able to come in and purchase a home, and knowing I was coming, I had a lot of time to research areas, right? So I was looking a lot in Pensacola, looked a lot in Navarre, and I just kept seeing this little pocket, this little Perdido pocket, where it was just like right there by Bama, right there by Orange Beach, and the more Google Earth I would do on it, I was finding all these fishing spots and kayak spots, and I was like, I think this is it, and flew down here again with the wife, and we checked out the area, and we fell in love, and we made the move. We've been here a little over 2.5 years. Well, yeah, right at 2.5 years now.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard not to. I mean, and it's funny how Google Earth does that to you, because for all of us,
yeah.
right? Salt Strong taught me that. It's like, hey, look at the map. I'm like, when you talk,
Yeah.
oh, look at that hole.
Oh, I was mapping out everything. I was like, it's only 8 minutes to the daycare. It's only 6 to the school. 12 minutes to Walmart. I was like, this is it.
Oh man, that's perfect. I can totally get that. I mean, it's so relatable because I mean, if you're not using maps for that kind of stuff, like I mean, we're in such an information age. It's so easy to just pull this
Yeah.
up. But that is, I mean, that's brilliant, dude. Way to go.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of
It's
Miami. Whew.
coming. It's like a different world, man. It was like life hit the pause button. You
Yeah.
know, I could enjoy life. And as soon as I hit town, of course, I got settled, and got the kids settled, and everything was kind of moving.
Yeah.
I hit the beach, man. I never surf fished before. Hit the beach, went and saw Clint at Lost Key. He set me up with my first little surf rod, little 9-footer. I don't even think I spent $100 on it. And I would
Nice.
go out there, Brian, with that 9-footer, sand spike. I didn't have a cart. I was carrying everything, and I was raking sand fleas with my kayak landing net. That's how I was. That's how I was getting sand fleas. Because
Hey,
we had just huge move. I was very frugal with my money. Like I didn't want to spend the money on a sand flea rake. And
yeah, get that.
I was raking fleas, and I was starting to catch pompanos, brother. And
Nice.
when I started catching some pompanos, I started bringing some home. Then, like, the second rod came in, you know,
Yeah.
then the
Number
third
two.
rod.
Number two and number
Yeah,
three magically just
yeah.
appear. I don't
And
know what
then,
happened.
and then I stopped at 3, but then I started upgrading. So I went
Yeah.
back to number 1 and upgraded that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's been a process, man. It's been a process, but I fell in love with it just like right off the jump. Been watching it for years, and now I had the time to do it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
could work one job. Everything was close. There was no traffic. Miami will keep you inside just because of the traffic. You don't
Yeah, it
want to go
will.
nowhere. You know? Yeah,
Yeah, if anybody's listening, you haven't been to Miami yet. I mean, you can go once. You don't even need to rent a car. I mean, but it's like, oh man, that traffic.
it is. Yeah, it's a nightmare there, bro. As far as traffic is concerned and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that, like, you ain't going nowhere quick.
No, no. I equate that to being when I was stationed out in California. I mean, I just equate. Well, I've been to Miami before, and I was like, it's like being in LA. This is horrible. Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
Nope, nope, nope. All right, so I mean, that's good stuff, dude. I mean, I get that, and it's such a nice area, so that's even better for the family. So, it, hats off. I mean, I'm trying to think of the right word, but all I can think is like,
yeah,
bravo.
man.
That's good stuff,
It,
man.
it was a very tactical move. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like I said, once I kind of got the green light from the wife, it was like, okay, now I'm gonna pick my spot.
yeah,
You know,
no,
like,
absolutely.
and basically what I was picking was my fishing spot. Seriously, like that's the only thing that was in my like, okay, there's a good school district there, so I can look here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's what kind of like drew me into Navarre and even Gulf Breeze at first, were the school districts for the kids. And
yeah.
a lot of great fishing spots there too. But something about Perdido, man, I kept bouncing back to it. I think it's because I'm so close to the state line, and I'm a Bama boy at heart. You know what I mean? I can run home in 8 minutes.
Yeah, you can just do a little reach over, like I'm here, I'm good. What?
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
got? You guys miss me?
yeah, I can roll over state lines real quick to get back on my home soil.
Well, so, what got you into fishing?
Oof, that's a story. It's I don't want to touch too much on that right
Okay,
now, Brian. Um, I went through a lot of dark times in my life, and I could put it this way. I needed something to do with my hands once I put down the bottle,
that's
if that makes sense.
yeah,
And I fell into fishing, and I just fell in love with it right off the jump. It kept me busy. It kept my mind busy when I was kind of going through those early stages of getting myself together.
yeah.
It gave me something to do. It gave me something to do with my hands. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
The old Ricky Bobby.
I was very bottle to mouth for a lot of years, and it gave me a spark. It gave me an interest, which I was pretty much dead for 15 years prior to that, where there was no interest at all.
Damn.
So fishing definitely sparked life back into me. Took to it right away with the kayak fishing, and to give you kind of like a paint a picture of how little I knew about fishing is I went and bought a rod in Miami and bought the tackle and asked the guy at the tackle shop if he could tie my lure on for me because I had no idea.
Hey, at least you asked the right person.
I had no idea how to even tie that on. And so then that's what brought with the YouTube. So I was just started researching and tie from 30 miles out. I watched a knot tying video, and that's how I learned how to tie a knot was watching tie. And I wasn't good at it. I don't think I caught a fish for a year. I would go out in the kayak and just throw this thing around and had no technique and didn't know where I was throwing and didn't know about ambush points or anything like that.
Right.
And it just kept me busy. Like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Let me go research YouTube again. And I would go back and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that next time I go out. And again, like this was Miami days, so my next time out might be 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of consistency with it. And again, once I put my toes in the sand in Perdido, it exploded. It exploded. Both kayak and surf fishing.
The kayak, I mean, I know this is a surf fishing podcast, but I still got to talk about it because you were one of the main reasons that I actually got a kayak. I don't think I ever told you that, but my buddy Justin, which I'll eventually get him on here, Justin and I fish a lot. We've been talking about kayaks, and when we were starting to talk about it, I'm like, yeah, we could go fishing. And I was like, man, if I get a kayak, I got to reach out to Blane. Because you're like one of the few people that I'm like, I know if I reach out to you about kayaks, I knew you'd be like, all right, dude, yeah, this is where I'm at here. This is what this is.
Yeah,
and you did. You sent me a whole video of like, hey, I got this. And I'm like, okay, hold on, right. We'll get back up. All right, got that. All right, I got to go get that. Wait, no, I don't got to. Well, yeah, I might want to get that. And it was, your videos have been so fun watching on the kayak. It's been huge learning for that piece. Like the first video that always comes out in my mind, which is I shouldn't laugh at it, but I mean, it was that day those damn dogs were chasing you, man.
The creek dogs?
Yeah. I was like, oh,
yeah,
man,
dude.
you gotta run, man. You gotta run.
I was scared, bro.
I don't blame you. I was scared for you in the video. I'm like, oh, man, this is like Cujo. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're going to make it.
Well, for Blane. Yeah. And this was like, man, it was like winter time, too, and it was cold. And I remember thinking that, like, what do these things bite me, man? It's going to hurt worse.
Oh,
man.
And all I could think is, like, get in the middle of the channel. And also I saw the dog in the water. I'm like, oh, no, bro. You got to paddle.
Oh, there was no escaping them, bro.
No.
Yeah, they were trained creek dogs.
They followed you for a good while.
And once I thought they were gone, they reappeared on land.
Yeah. Like, oh, you thought we were done? Oh, we're not done.
Yeah, they had like their own trails cut through the woods back there, man.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so crazy.
And the kayak, you know what, man? I love the isolation of it. You can find some spots, bro, where it's just you and nature.
Yeah.
I do a lot of camping from it, and that's something I got into once I got here. Just basic little hiking, camping equipment. Everything's very little and compact. You can get it all in the kayak, man. You go throw up on one of these little islands somewhere and spend the night, man. It's lovely, brother.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that a lot of these islands, especially in our area, throughout the intercoastal, there are islands that are fully legal for you to camp on. Go ahead, have at it. There's no issue with it.
Yeah, as long as you're not out there like causing a ruckus,
right,
and making big old forest fires. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you can dig a hole, man, and make a little fire, and you're camping, and that's primitive camping there. There's no facilities, there's no running water. I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah, that sort of stuff reminds me of New England, where I'm originally from. Because what the hell was it? I was a kid at summer camp of all things, and we went on this week-long trip throughout the lake Sebago lakes. So you're basically up in Maine, and you're just hopping lake to lake in a canoe. And I was like, man, when I saw your video when you did that, I was like, oh man, that sounds fun. I want to go do that.
We do it every March. Me and my buddies. St. George Island is where I'm doing those videos.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah. So every March, right when the time is changing back, right? So right when we get our daylight back, we go and do about a 5-day camper out there on the island. And then when I get home, the pompano kicking off.
Well
So,
played.
yeah, yeah.
You didn't
I
time
got it.
that. You didn't time that at all, Blane. No, you didn't.
No,
No.
bro. This happened.
Dude, you are awesome. I am so thankful that you came on and let me record you on this. I've had a lot of fun, and this has been super knowledge right away for me. One question I didn't put actually in the show notes that I do ask everybody at the end is if someone is coming down here, you know, they want to fish Perdido. What tip or trick would you like to just share? Like, hey, if I were here, I'd try this. What would you like to share with someone to come down here?
As far as I'm going to go with spots because, and I don't know if this is ethical or not, but I'm going
Oh,
to say it anyway, okay?
send it.
So back to Johnson Beach, right? So you'll have just a stretch, a lot of real estate down there to fish.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with the vacationers is what keeps them away from there is because I think it's like $25 a car to get in, right?
Okay.
You could buy like a yearly pass, which is I think 40 or $50, which is is of course what us locals do because it's well worth it.
Right.
But unless you're not coming down here a lot, then that's not going to be worth it. So my tip is, if you get to Johnson's Beach at 5 a.m., the gate opens and the guard don't get there for about another half an hour.
What? Uh-oh.
So remember that. Blane said, you could tell him I said it. I know all those guys in that guard station. You could say, Blane told me this. If you get there at 5 a.m., that gate opens automatically, and you're in. And at that early in the morning too, you got free range to any spot you want. There'll be a couple other guys down there. Put it this way: if I'm getting there about 5:15, 5:20, there's already a couple trucks in the parking lot. You know what I mean?
Yep, the locals
But if
are
you're
already there.
there at like 4:50, you're the first one there, man, and you can roll in. Johnson Beach has those great sand dunes too. So if you're not familiar, with the holes there, if you know what to look for, you can like straight from the parking lot, you can walk up on the sand dunes and you can get like a high bird's eye view of the water, and you're able to see those holes and cuts a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can kind of spot them down the beach. That would definitely be my tip. Stay. Like we were talking earlier, the people want to stay in their condo and they want to walk down in front of their condo and they want to fish. It's just you can do that early in the morning. But if you're wanting to get into some serious fishing where you're not being run off or things like that, Johnson would be a great spot to go. Get there early and you ain't got to pay.
There you go. That's a heck of a tip right there. All right, everybody. So, Perdido Blane, find him on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram with the Perdido Blane name and his webpage, perdidoblane.com. If you have questions for him, reach out. He does answer. I mean, you might be like, what? He does? Oh, he does. He will answer. You just give him a little time, too. Don't expect like an instantaneous. I mean, come on. We all got jobs, man. Like, as much as we wish fishing was our full-time job, we still have full-time jobs.
That'd be nice. I'm trying to get to that level, Brian. What do I got to do to get to that level?
Oh, man. When you find out, let me know, because, I mean, I'm ready for that. I mean, I would go with that one. Oh, dude. But thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you on so many levels, and we are definitely going to talk again, and I know we'll get some fun more. I'll have you on again. I mean, there's no way I can't. You're just too good. You're just too good.
Yeah, man. And I was honored when you reached out to me about this. I was like, what? Brian wants to do the podcast with me? I was like, whoa. I went and told my wife, I was like, listen to this.
Oh, man. It's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Like I said, man, I enjoyed chatting with you and our banter back and forth about the kayaks and stuff like that, man. You're a good dude, man. And I was honored to come on here, man.
I appreciate it, brother. I really do. All right, everybody. So stay tuned for next week. We're going to have some more good stuff coming to your ears on more good surf fishing information. It's doing it every week. Make sure that you are following the show. We are on Facebook. We're on a whole bunch of the other places that you can listen to podcasts. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing it out, because knowledge is key, and this is the place where we're sharing it. So thanks again for coming out here. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you again soon on Finding Demo Surf Fishing.